He's an entrepreneur and a philanthropist, and he's best known for the double that saved Seattle baseball. The city named a street after him. Sports Illustrated magazine named its designated hitter award after him. He's always risen to the occasion in any position that he's occupied, which is why Edgar Martinez easily joins our exclusive list of the innovators. I'm Hanson Hossein. Welcome to Four Peaks. Edgar Martinez, welcome to Four Peaks.
Thank you.
So, your claim to fame, at least in Seattle history, is of being this remarkable designated hitter. What does it take to be a good designated hitter? They named an award after you, so you must be very good at it. What's so special about that position?
Well, the position is you have to in the 70s they to create offense. They create the DH, designated hitter position, so they can hit in the pitcher's.
So the pitcher doesn't bat, you hit in place of the pitcher, right?
Yes.
Which means you're not in the field during most of the game. So how do you actually come in and still be warmed up and fresh to hit in that situation?
My routine involves a lot of stretching. Will be in the bike, just getting loose, and we'll be taking practice swings, and also we'll be watching videos. And just the advantage is you get more time to look at the videos and look at the pitchers, their tendencies, and that is an advantage. But it's a lot of preparation to go into being a DH.
And so it sounds to me that you see it as a chance to engage in self-learning and to be very strategic. You don't take this for granted that, oh, I just get to go up 3 or 4 times in a game and I'm done. You actually see this as, I've got to be very focused on how I approach this position.
Yes, that's correct. I pay a lot of attention to the pitchers, pay a lot of attention to their tendencies, how they pitch to me through the series. When you're involved in defense, playing on the field, you don't have that much time to think about all those things. But being a DH, I have a lot of time in my hands, and it gives me the opportunity to dig a little deeper into my swing, my mechanics, and also study a little bit the opposition.
This whole notion of digging very deep and the mental discipline that you have. You were born in New York, but you grew up in Puerto Rico. You taught yourself English. You taught yourself how to use computers. You also taught yourself to be a great designated hitter. What kind of mental discipline does someone like you have to be able to have such incredible accomplishments?
Yeah, discipline is a big part of being able to succeed in anything we do. It's no different in sports. It takes a lot of work to develop your skills, and the mental side played a big role whether you succeed or not. To perform at a high level, we have to expect to do well. If not, we attract failure. And I used to study a lot the mental side of the game. And today I still believe that we don't do enough for young kids and professionals to understand how your mind works and why we sometimes limit ourselves and other times we succeed. So I used to do a lot of exercises, mental exercises, to make sure that I was, for the most part, in a positive mental state.
So if a young person's watching you now and saying, wow, if I want to be as great as Edgar Martinez, I want to teach myself English, I want to learn computers, I want to be a great baseball player, is there one particular exercise or lesson that you can share with us now that sort of says this is how you begin to focus and have that mental discipline?
Well, the first part is do what you love to do. If you love to play sports, you're going to do it more often. If you like the school, medicine, or engineer, you're going to put more time into that profession or that it becomes a goal.
So the passion does matter quite a bit.
The passion is the first part, and because you put more time in developing yourself on that in that career or that area. But you have to set goals, and the goals have to be higher than the present situation.
So you have to stretch yourself and go
Yes.
higher than you're capable of doing. So if I take you back to that fateful day in 1995 where you hit that double that got Seattle into the American League Final, and we have it up on the screen right now. I'm looking at you right now at bat. How much do you remember of what was going on in your head in terms of the discipline that goes into that double? So there you are hitting it. I mean, it's a very quick thing that happens when you're running around the bases. What was going through your head at that point?
Well, most of the thinking went before I went to the plate. In the previous at bat, I had the opportunity to tie the game, and I struck out. So that was a failure. I went to the dugout.
You must have felt bad. How did you sort of say, I'm
Yeah.
done, I'm terrible, I'm never playing baseball again?
Yeah, and that's what is so important, that always, if we're thinking in a negative way, just change to, we're able to change into a positive thinking. I went to the dugout, and one of my teammates said, be ready, next time you are going to deliver the hit. Those words switched my state of thinking about the negative into seeing myself actually doing well. So I start this routine that I had, mental exercises, only concentrating and visualizing myself making solid contact.
So you're visualizing success despite the fact you just experienced
Yeah.
failure.
But for a certain amount of time, I concentrated on that failure. It took that he told me, be ready, you're going to deliver the run next time up. That triggered me saying, I need to visualize myself making solid contact and doing well. So I started the exercise, and that was my preparation for the next at-bat.
Well, I'm already visualizing success for this show with you, Edgar. So we'll be right back with baseball star, baseball great, Edgar Martinez. We're back with former Seattle Mariner, Edgar Martinez. Edgar, I mean, you are a star. You're very beloved in the lore of the Seattle Mariners, but you spent quite a bit of time in the minors as well. You were only 27 or 28 when you finally got called up to play in the major leagues and with the Mariners. For a long time, you were sort of going from team to team. What happened where the light bulb suddenly went on and that you actually began to sort of make that ascent?
Yes, when I signed as a professional player in Puerto Rico, all those years that I played since Little League, I was the best hitter, the best player in every league that I played. Now I signed as a professional player. The Mariners gave me the opportunity to play in the Rookie League my first year. And I get to the Rookie League, I didn't play every day, and I only hit like 195. I thought I was going to get a release, but they gave me a second chance. They sent me to the instructional league, and from there I went on to hit very well my next year, and I did really well. And
how did you all of a sudden get good? What happened?
Well, I still believe that I was good enough to do very well. I had high expectations of myself. The fact that I didn't do well that year, it could be that I didn't play every day. They have to play another 5 position third basemen, or I was putting too much pressure on myself. One of those two played a role that I didn't do that well. I went to the single A, and I was back on track. I start hitting from the beginning of the season. I end up with hitting over 300. So my confidence, all my confidence, I got it back very quickly. I went to Double A, and I struggled in Double A. But I think that my habits good work habits, my discipline, I still have the skills. It gave me a second chance.
Speaking of second chances, once you retired from baseball in 2004, you set off on a life of being an entrepreneur as well as a philanthropist. How much did what you just listed, that discipline and that focus and the confidence, play into your second act as no longer a baseball player in terms of your success?
Yeah, I think it's in everything else that I do. I look at, okay, if it's with our foundation, the Martinez Foundation, I always look on to the prior years after I retired, we were involved in different organizations, but we were not making a big difference. The idea to come form the Martinez Foundation was, okay, we can do, if we focus in one thing, we can achieve more. And that was all what we wanted to do.
And
so
what was that one thing that you decided to focus on?
It was the foundation and the education.
So you wanted to bring diversity to teaching and education is essentially the focus and the goal of the foundation, correct?
Yes, yeah.
And so when you actually created that focus, you began to have success again, it sounds like.
Well, I think that getting involved into the community, the foundation, and education, that for us, we have bigger goals, but for us, it's a success. It's doing well, and we're very excited about it. So in everything else that I do or we do, I apply the same principles that I have in the past. You know, it's just set goals, good work habits, and just being disciplined about it.
Yeah, I think when we come back from the break, I want to go a little deeper with you on that in terms of why it was so important for you to even focus on getting that next generation of learners ready, and how you sort of think about building that infrastructure for community to do such amazing things. So we'll talk to Edgar Martinez about that when we get back from the break. We're back with Edgar Martinez. Edgar, you founded the Martinez Foundation, which encourages, trains teachers and diverse teachers in education. You helped found the Plaza Bank, which is the first Hispanic-run bank in Washington State. Why are these two particular initiatives so important to you?
Well, the diversity is important in our communities. You know, we have diversity being so important because all these groups are growing very fast, and having equal opportunity to, for example, in the foundation, to have been able to narrow the opportunity gap is very important. These kids need the opportunity to have access to the resources so they can become a success in our communities and contribute to our economy. The same with the Plaza Bank. The goal is that the same communities or the same groups have access to finance, that they can just be part of our community and have the resources.
So here's what I don't get. You're a successful baseball star. You grew up in a sunny place. You could have easily left Seattle. But I see you here with a plaid shirt and this nice vest. It's like you feel very comfortable there. Why didn't you go to where all the other baseball players go when they retire? Where
I visit those places. I go back to my home, Puerto Rico, and but you know, I married. My wife is from here. Holly is from here. I got the opportunity to marry a wonderful girl from here, from Bellevue, Washington. And we share the same goals. We share. We believe that this is a great community, and we want to give back to a community that have given us so much. And so that is the reason why we get involved in our community in Seattle and the state of Washington.
Because it's quite rare even to have a professional sports player, it's fine when you're actually playing in the team to actually be involved in the community, but for you, it's almost like this is your full-time job now, is to do something for this community.
Well, I think Holly puts more time than I do, but obviously anything that we can do for our community, we tried to be there, especially in education, and I think it's because we believe that it's so important for the future of our kids. So we do whatever we can to help.
And for you as a businessman as well, you're now getting involved in the restaurant business, back to the baseball field actually, right? So what's driving you now as an entrepreneur? What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, what I like about business, I really love the investment side of it. I get involved in Plaza Bank. It was an investment opportunity. Having an opportunity to be one of the founders is a great honor, and being involved in other businesses like our mezcal.
And this is a like a tequila, right? So what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's in the tequila family, but mezcal came before tequilas. It's been produced in a different region, and it have to be called mezcal, but it's also made out of blue agave, and we're very excited about our brand. It's a very good quality.
And you're doing this at Safeco Field as part of an eatery at the stadium.
Yes, we have it at the restaurant at Edgar's in Safeco Field.
Another Edgar. You got Edgar Martinez's Way, and then you have a cantina. Hope you don't mind using your name all over the place.
No, that's fine. So, and yeah, we have it there at the cantina, and we're very excited, doing very well.
And so if you look at your business personality, and obviously your wife is heavily involved in the philanthropy, but what do you do to balance the two? More business, more good causes, do they go hand in hand?
Well, I think it's the foundation. We're in a situation now where we have executive director, and we are still involved, but we're not like the beginning doing the day-to-day. We support the foundation, anything we can, and we are a big part of the foundation, but the day-to-day operation, that is getting a little easier. Now, the business also getting involved more on the investment side than the operation side, and which is something that I like better.
Great. Well, you're all about growth, and we're going to talk when we get back from the break about recognition and maybe a little conversation about the Hall of Fame too. We're back with Edgar Martinez.
Four Peaks is made possible by generous support from the Museum of History and Industry and from Weber Shandwick.
We're back with baseball star and entrepreneur Edgar Martinez. Edgar, you've been so well recognized here in Seattle for all the things that you've done. You've also even made it into the World Sports Humanitarian Hall of Fame for the things you've done for the community. But there's one elusive goal, which has been the Hall of Fame itself for baseball. How important is that kind of recognition to you?
I mean, it signified all that work since as a kid, and all the years that I played. I guess it is some pride and satisfaction, but just being named as a potential candidate or it's a great honor. So I get satisfaction out of that. But just being introduced in the Hall of Fame is the ultimate the ultimate honor. Just when they called you, said, "Hey, you made it."
Yeah.
So it is important.
That's good. I'm glad you're honest about it. And obviously, there's a lot of people who are rooting for you to make that happen. The fact that you actually weren't content just to rest on, I'm a baseball star, I'm done, but you continue to want to build. You even went back to school after you finished with baseball. You have a lot of humility about your mission in life. What kind of advice can you share with others who have that one sort of claim to fame but need to continue and sustain that lifestyle?
Yeah, I always think about, when I retire, I'm gonna go and play golf, and well, I did that for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, hey, okay, I'm not that good of a golfer, so I always thought that since I started in college in Puerto Rico, and then I signed as a professional baseball player, I always told myself, one day I'm gonna go back and go back to school. So I went in and studied, and it was a great experience after that long span without going to school, but always try to improve in some area, and that's what I tried to do. I didn't know enough about business to make the right decisions, so I tried to partner with people that knows the business, and education is a great something that I needed to make better decisions, so always trying to improve.
That's great. So you've accomplished so much. This is my final question. You've accomplished so much, and you're doing so much now, but if you were freed of all obligations and all expectations, what would you do right now?
Well, love boating.
Boating? Wow, it's a good thing you live in Seattle.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that, but being out of, if not obligations or anything, that's one part that I love to do, just get involved in boating and explore is something that sounds pretty good.
That sounds pretty good to me too. Edgar Martinez, thank you for sharing your vision and your advice for so many young people who are watching you and looking for the same inspiration to hopefully follow in your footsteps. I really appreciate you spending your time with us. And we invite you all to extend your reach by joining us at 4peaks.org. I'm Hanson Hossein. Thanks for joining us.
Production of 4 Peaks would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.